All right, welcome everybody to our show and tell for hashtag RUAC Spoon Challenge 50. The amazing, the incredible, the weird El Camino by Mr. Nerd Ron. So I'm going to do something a little unusual. I don't normally do this, but I figured for this session we have to do something a little special for Mr. Nerd Ron, who is RUAC member number 4. So here we go, just for you, Ron. Early chats and chips are flying with friends around the world, from Detroit all the way to down under. When I think of you, still have got that name that says I'm nerdy. Hope that handle never goes away. Hope that life without a metal spoon is what you thought it'd be. Hope your Sporky El Camino lasts forever. Hope the world sees the same nerdy Ron you've always been to me. And may all your favorite spoon peeps stay together. I'm just waking up, not thinking clearly, so don't quote me. With one eye open, I'm writing you this song. Ain't it funny how some people jump on Rise Up so easily, but you haven't seen me in here for so long. I hope that life without a metal fork is what you thought it'd be. I hope your Sporky El Camino lasts forever. I hope the world sees the same nerdy Ron you've always been to me. And may all your favorite spooners stay together. I hope that life without a plastic spork is what you thought it'd be. I hope your funny El Caminos last forever. I hope the world sees the same nerdy guy you've always been to me. And may all your favorite spooners stay together. All right.
Bravo, bravo.
So with that, I figured but you know, I'm going to do something really unusual. I'm going to show mine before everybody else's. I'm going to set the bar super low. You ready for this, folks? Here it comes. Dun, 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 dun. Amazing. Oh no, what is it? What is it? I don't know how to get it so shiny. I burnished the hell out of it. Do you like the milk paint? I put this nice stripe of milk paint right around the middle. It's incredible. And I look at that amazing chip carved detail in there. It's incredible.
That's literally the best one I've ever seen, Chuck. That is amazing.
It is probably the most effort I've seen you put in a challenge in a while.
It was grafted on.
Right? I tried to grow it that way. Anyway, happy April Fool's Day, everybody. I really hope that everybody had a lot of fun with this challenge. I could not think of anybody that this date and RUAC Spoon Challenge 50 was better suited for than my dear pal, Mr. Ron Fricke. So with that, Ron, why don't you, I'm gonna spotlight you, and why don't you tell us about how you came up with this Frankenspork?
Okay, thanks everybody for participating in this goofy challenge. You guys are all great. It's beautiful to see the crazy stuff that everybody comes up with during these challenges. You guys are all like ridiculously creative and did some beautiful stuff, and I really appreciate it. I was going back through all my old pictures, and the very first one of these that I found was from like May of 2018. So it's even before RUAC. I'm sure I don't remember. I don't remember why I originally made it. I'm sure it was to make somebody mad, which is usually the way I do goofy stuff. I'm sure somebody said something about sporks, or somebody had something unflattering to say about sporks. So I was like, aha, I'll make a spoon on one end and a fork on the other. And I don't know if I've seen it made in metal somewhere, or if it just like, woke up in the middle of the night with a bolt of lightning, like, aha, spoon on one end, fork on the other. And the original ones were like ridiculously ugly, and I don't know where they are. I was looking around through all my old junk, and I couldn't find any of them. But like the very first one that I made that I thought was actually really good and that I carried around with me every day was this guy from about 2 years ago. And that's the one that we used for the template. It's actually kind of a spork on one end and then a spoon on the other, and you guys can see that it actually cracked in half, and I glued it back together just to make the template out of it. And I was sick for the first 2 weeks of the challenge, but I did manage to make a couple of more, and neither one of them is super exciting, but they're just fun little, like this guy is a little pocket one I'm going to carry around in my pocket with me. And of course, because it's me, it's made out of oak. So not only is it a spork, it's an oak spork. And then this other one was a black walnut one, because that's my other favorite kind of wood to carve with. So
nice.
Like, a lot of other people came up with much more creative ideas than I did, and that's fantastic, because that's the whole reason for these challenges. So I'm super curious to see what everybody else has got going on, and thanks everybody for participating and making such fun, silly stuff with me. I love it, and
awesome.
It was great to be
a great time.
Number 50 and April Fools. That was great. So
right, the stars aligned to make this day happen.
The only thing that would have been better is if it had been my birthday. So
so let me ask you this: why El Camino?
Oh yeah, the reason it's the El Camino is because there's back in when I was a kid in the 70s and 80s, there was a car called an El Camino, and it's basically the front end of like a muscle car and the back end of a pickup truck kind of glued together. So it's a terrible car and a terrible truck. You can kind of use it as a truck, you can kind of use it as a car, but it's bad at both. Oren and Neil would probably disagree with that. They both have much stronger feelings about the El Camino. And I've always wanted to own one, and my wife thinks it's the most horrible, ugly thing that she's ever seen in her entire life. So once the kids are gone and we're retired, I'm pretty sure I'm going to own one, and then that's probably when I'll get a divorce, or else she just won't ride around with me in it, because I think they're the coolest thing ever, even though they are ridiculous and ugly. So
I believe in America, it's become the comparison for mismatched bad design. Like people will say it's the El Camino of laptops. Like it's become
And what's really funny is that an El Camino style vehicle is like a family car for a lot of people now. There's a lot of small pickup trucks with 4 doors that people drive around, like the Honda that Chevy's got, or that Sonny's got, which I can't remember the name of, the Ridgeline, I think. And then there's that new Ford Maverick truck. They're small trucks that you can carry 4 people in, but it's still a truck and kind of a car at the same time. So the El Camino has come around. It's a real thing. It's just not called the El Camino. I'm surprised Chevy hasn't come out with a new one called the El Camino.
Being American, it's probably going to be huge.
Yeah, well, actually, they make it pretty small now, which is nice, because even us, the gas crunch actually finally caught up with us too. So
what?
They'll make a small one, and it'll come out with the El Camino.
There you go. The El Camini, the El Camini.
That's right, the El Camino. Brilliant. Love it. All right, well, with that, I guess we should go ahead and get started and let folks show off their weird creations. So who wants to go first? I see, is Andreas waving hard because you want to go first? All right, let me spotlight you, buddy.
Yeah, I want to go first because I'm here at my parents, and their internet totally sucks. And my brother is here, and my cousin is here, and my other brother is here, and my nephews are here. So I want to go first and say that I absolutely hated the challenge, as so many people did, but I did it anyway, and I made it out of cherry. And it's quite big, so it's not pocket, but if you turn it around quick enough in this direction, you can actually use it as a salad server. It's going to serve the salad all over the house for sure.
Nice.
Yeah, I put the tines in. I still a bit thick though, but I liked it. Yeah, it's a cool design. The only problem that I had was that the grain change just kept changing in every direction, and that was kind of annoying. But apart from that, I've seen a couple on Instagram, which I really like. So I think this is not my last 50 yet.
Nice.
So thank you very much, Ron. It was a nice one. Thanks.
Glad you had fun.
Awesome. That looks like it could double well as a self-protection device too. A wooden weapon to get through security checkpoints. All right. Great job. All right. Who would like to go next? Thanks, Andreas. Cheers.
So
mate.
I'm off. Oh, by the way, this is my mom,
Hi.
Hey,
and she
Mom.
loves all my
Hi,
spoons.
Andreas's mother.
Hi.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah,
You did a
everything.
great job raising him.
Oh,
right.
thank you. I'll translate. So
Bye-bye.
anyway, I'm off.
All
Bye.
right. Cheers, Andreas.
Cheers.
All right. So, Oren, you want to go next?
Yes, I gotta go in a minute. So
Okay.
well, like Ron said, I'm actually a big fan of the El Camino. My grandmother had one, and I was sure I was gonna get it one day. I got to drive it. It was a '73, and then some collector offered her some money for it, and it was gone. It's a
Oh,
sad
no.
story, but maybe one day when I retire, I'll get one of those as well.
Nice.
So I like making spoons and I like making forks. So this was perfect. I'm not sure what I think about it. It was a little challenging to get the crank right, because the fork, you really want the tanks to be completely straight. So it kind of needs to sit down in the wood sort of like that to get very strong things at the end. But I'm happy with it. I had a busy week, so I didn't get it done in time. So it's not completely finished. It'll need a bit more drying, and it'll probably sit in soda because it's made out of liquat, which just like almost all of my challenges. And that's it. I enjoyed it. Thank you, Ron, for making me do something I wouldn't dream of doing because it's so freaking weird.
Brilliant.
I'm probably gonna use it now. I can definitely see myself taking this as my spoon, maybe even to every spoon gathering, just to piss everybody off.
Nice.
I love it. Thank you.
That's the best part about it, is how mad it makes everybody.
It really does. It really is uncomfortable to look at. Yeah, it's like a sideshow.
Awesome.
That's all.
Fabulous. Great. Oren, as always, really spectacular. I can't wait. It's only what, 2 weeks, folks. 2 weeks from yesterday, I'll be there at Orange Spoon
You could
Club.
be the first to use it if you want, Chuck. I'll
Awesome.
save it. I'll keep it for you clean.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Oren. All right. Who would like to go next? Wave your hand into the camera. All right, Neil, let me get you on. And then George.
There you go.
There you go.
Up there. So actually, one of the interesting things was I was sure that I read somewhere that actually Australia invented the what you guys call the El Camino, and what we call the Ute, or the long-term, the long word for it is utility vehicle. So the story is, in 1933, this woman sent a letter to Ford in Australia complaining that she needed a vehicle that could both take her family to the church on Sunday and take the pig to the market on Monday. So in 1934, Ford Australia chopped the back off a sedan and used the panels on the side and built a tray around it and called it a ute. So
interesting.
So here's my first version of the ute. I completely, just did my own thing with regards to this really terrible design, and made the fork the same direction as the spoon. This one's made out of white cherry or Cape lilac. It's a tree that lives in Asia and Australia. The grain is on the forks is not good. I believe it would break off and splinter in your mouth, and probably you'll be bleeding from your mouth if you dare use the fork, the prongs. But the spoon should be good and solid. So that's the first one.
Nice.
And then,
Beautiful wood.
yeah, it is nice. And then today I thought, maybe I should test out this whole thing of having the fork running in the opposite direction to the spoon. So, and I went with Oren's idea of trying to make the grain go with the prongs. So I actually had a bit of a bent branch. You can't really see the grain, but that's a bent branch fork. So that one, I'm quite happy to put in my mouth at the moment. I don't know whether I'd tuck into a steak with it and shove it in my mouth, but there you go. And the spoon on the other end. It's almost pocket size, but not quite. Just like a ute, almost as a passenger car, but not quite.
Awesome.
Get some cargo
That's
pants. Get some cargo pants, then you'll have room in your pocket.
That's right.
Okay.
Brilliant. Great job.
Thank you.
All right. Where'd George go? There he is. Hold on. Let me spotlight you, George, and then it's your turn.
So yeah, I just made a spoon and then I put a nice finial on it, like a crown for the nerd king of spookiness, whatever.
Nice.
So yeah, I was surprised again about this stupid El Camino thing, because it was again a challenge. So it was really weird to do these. So usually I really like the swoopy handle, and you know, the swoop meets from the one thing to the other, so it doesn't really work out. So I think that's why I'm not so into El Caminos, but I tried my best. I cut some tines in wood, Ron, for the third time just for you. And my first idea was to make like a fork and a spoon side by side. That's why this asymmetric handle. It didn't really work out, so, but in the end I got a nice spoon.
It looks really cool,
I think, and yeah, a little bit weird fork as well. So, but
I like it.
It's an El Camino. I did it. Thank you, Ron. Or not thank you, Ron, but I don't know.
my favorite part.
This is for you, my friend.
My favorite part of this challenge is that I got George to make a spork, so that makes me very happy.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Great job as always, George.
Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you, Ron.
Ian, I see you waving, so let me spotlight you, buddy.
Right. Big three. Holland cherry. This, I think, was as the template suggested. Again, I hated it as well. It's a horrible template, Ron. Then I managed to get some slightly different cherry, quite a dark cherry. So for some reason, I cut it the different way, so it's bending the other way. Then chip carved the crap out of it.
Nice.
So it was interesting to try and find out which way is actually more comfortable, having the bend that way or other way. Anyway, I hate doing prongs, but we got there in the end. But yeah, that was quite nice. And then I suddenly thought, quite fancy a smaller one. So, and the same as Neil, having it both the same way, and this is really comfortable. So I might actually use this. But no, it was it was a horrible template. Horrible. Worst one yet. Never
Hey,
again, never
that's what we aim for. We're shooting for to get really horrible.
Yeah, God, that guy Ron, jeez, what's he got against us? Yeah, I know.
Nice.
But this cherry was as hard as rock.
I love the fact that almost everyone has said I might actually use it.
Yeah.
I can see like
Yeah.
like Neil said, I don't know if I'd go into a steak or whoever it was that said it. I don't know about doing like a steak, but certainly for like salad or something like that, I can see it being,
No,
being very useful.
this cherry is pretty solid. Compared, that cherry was incredibly soft to carve. This was like carving really hard.
Nice.
So I think this could probably cope with a steak. Probably.
Nice.
The harder it is, the more it splinters.
Yeah, yeah, no, this grain is pretty solid. But anyway, no, a lovely template, Ron. Beautiful, one of my favorites.
Awesome. Great job as always, Ian.
Cheers.
All right. All right, Mr. Couples, let me get you spotlighted.
How you doing? Unlike everybody else, I enjoyed this template. And it's in beach, but you can't really see it because the light's gone a bit funny. So it was, only thing was, because of the double angle bit, you didn't know what way to do first. There was loads of grain tear out and had to leave it to dry for quite a while. But it's usable and it's comfortable. So I haven't a clue at all about being a crap spoon. It's a great spoon. And then I watched some Americans on YouTube, and one of them is Mullet Sport Racing when they've got the El Camino. So I did the El Camino.
Brilliant.
Finnegan. So I got a picture of it and said, how do you get a fork and a spoon on a El Camino? So, and then the door and the tire are corrosed on, and then it's almost flat though because there's just a little bit of sycamore, and it's actually still quite usable because it's nice and comfortable there, and it is comfortable that way. So yeah, it's
nice.
So that was my two versions of a lovely template.
Fantastic.
And he might actually use it.
Well, because from I don't know how long ago, before your El Camino, it's got a fork, a spoon, and a knife on it. So it's not the first.
Oh wow!
Making weird, forky, spoony things. So, and it's usable too.
That's brilliant. All right. All right. Who would like to show their Franken creation next? All right. I got Bill. I think it went Bill, Marla, Jürgen, then Kevin. Is that all right for everybody? Okay.
Yes.
Let me spotlight you.
So this was done to the template, a little bit shorter than the template, black walnut. And the grain change was the adventure. Still need some finish cuts. And I've earned my spoon dork merit badge.
Nice.
Ron, because that's my preferred term is spoon dork. We had a conversation once. So that's in black walnut. And then I worked on a second one. But unfortunately, the black walnut developed spork tine virus.
Oh no!
And it grew these tines on here, and made the end ones bent. So when I finally finish this, I'll probably paint them bright red, and it could be somewhat useful, but I expect to break the tines off pretty quickly.
Wow!
With use. So
that is
this
fantastic.
was just being
that
bored
would truly
in front of
fits
TV.
the Dr. Moreau theme.
Yes, yeah.
Kudos
spoon
to Bill.
dork. Yeah.
Bill, that's amazing.
Love it.
Yeah, it was fun because I had to take the shape of the spoon, keep that in mind, and then put these boxes of that I keep out areas until I got the spoon kind of where I wanted. And then worked on the keep out areas, sawed in the tines, and did it that way.
Brilliant.
But it was a good learning experience. So, and I haven't been on in a long time, so thank you for welcoming me.
Hey, Ron.
Well, great to have you.
Yeah.
Hey, Ron, what do you think about someone who takes your design and then purposefully makes it useless?
Oh boy, yeah, I don't know who would do something like that. That's terrible.
Who would do something like that?
I would
Well, this one will work.
The number 9 template. I definitely would not.
Yeah, it feels familiar.
It is April Fool's, so you can ignore this one.
Bill, that's brilliant.
I think that's fantastic, Bill. You did a great job. That's wonderful.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right. Let me spotlight Marla. And by the way, before we get there, just in case everybody hasn't seen yet, RUAC Spoon Challenge 51 is a teaspoon by Marla. So get up there, get on it.
Thanks. Well, I loved making this one. I really had fun with making this one. I've got a couple more, but maybe a little too thick in the tines in the fork. But I was going to, Zoom won't give it justice, but I was going to do the details in the El Camino.
Nice.
But there was so much flake, rays and crystals and flakes in this cherry. I had to leave it alone because the beauty of the wood just spoke to me.
Nice.
And yes, I will be making more of these. I think it's really fun to use and make. I haven't had a chance to really use it yet, just for the.
But you can see yourself using it, right?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
Yes. And I'll probably refine the fork a little better. And thank you for allowing me to graciously provide a teaspoon template for you guys.
Absolutely.
And I am looking forward to seeing how far you can go with it for matching mine and making one.
Look at that. That
Very
looks-
nice.
Man, that's lovely.
Yeah, it's really nice, Marla. Very nice.
It's got a nice big keel.
That's big, sharp keel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I really encourage y'all to have fun with this one. Try to make it like mine, and if you want, make another fun one in your style from your country and with your fun feel.
I don't know how I feel about doing it if it has to be fun.
I don't know. I'm shooting for like no fun at all.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna make mine deliberately pointy and weapon-like on the end. That's no
That
fun.
sounds like a good one. Thank you
Awesome.
very much.
Thanks,
Have
Marla.
fun.
Great job. All right. Jürgen, let me get you spotlighted, and then we got Kevin. All right.
There we go. Well, it was definitely a messed up template, Ron, and I messed it up. And I definitely messed it up because I put the spoon and the fork on the same side just to intentionally mess it up. But I did try to bring some beauty to something that is quite ugly. So but it's as much as I tried to make it look good, it still doesn't look right. So, you know, but there's picked out some it's
great.
I love it. To me,
it's funky.
the fork side of it, if you block out the rest of the spoon and you turn it so the tines are pointing down, it looks very much like the mouth of Sauron.
So you have to say that the good thing about the El Camino is that the fork and the spork is on each end, so you can always cut off the forky thingy, so
That's
get
true.
just a normal spoon. That's what I really love about the El.
Or just cut it in half and you get one of each.
Yes, I
Very
just
short.
might just cut that in half, and I've got two little small spoons that
You got a pocket fork and a pocket spoon.
Did you do the tines with a like a coping saw or a bandsaw? How did you get those so thin like that? That's amazing.
I just took a saw and cut into them just with the saw width, and then carved out the space.
Did you carve two identical spoons and then put tines in it?
Yeah, I started with a smaller one with the fork there, and I did curve it a little bit, and then
I was just wondering if in general, people, when they made forks, if they carve a spoon and then put tines in it, or if carving the fork is inherently different.
on this one, well, it's got a little bit of a scoop in it, like a spoon. So I did kind of scoop it out a little bit, knowing that I was gonna then cut in the with the handsaw.
What kind
Yeah,
of
other
what
other
kind of wood
people
is that? You're
went
gonna
more
just like you.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again, Kevin.
Oh, I asked what kind of wood it was because I carved yew once and it looked just like that. YEWU.
What I can, from what I can tell, this is called serviceberry. That's
really
what.
pretty.
Yeah, based on I've never seen the, but it's got this really, bright yellow, orangey color.
Yeah.
Is it a conifer or is it a?
No, it's got the leaves on it and stuff.
I think that's the most commercial of all the spoons we've seen here. I think the general public would like it better than the spoon carving community.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And orange too.
I've actually been trying to find some of that serviceberry to carve because I know it grows around here and it's a really pretty wood. So I keep looking for it, but I haven't found any yet.
Yeah, that's what I'm guessing it is, Ron, is the service. From what I can tell, I had to take it down in the winter and I didn't have any leaves, but just by the bark identification, it's kind of where I'm at. Unless somebody else can tell me what this wood is, but that's what I'm going with.
It looks just like you.
Yeah, it's definitely not a hue. I know that.
All right. Great job. That looks amazing. All right, Kevin, let me get you spotlighted, buddy.
All right, so I haven't carved a template in quite some time. I started a few and then was unable to finish them, but I couldn't not be here for Ron. And I actually had a crazy busy week. I have work stuff going on. We're traveling to Puerto Rico later tonight. It was a insane week, but I still got things mostly finished. Ron was the first person I met on Rise Up. When I carved on, the first time I joined, Chuck was on vacation. And I thought Ron was like the head honcho of Rise Up and Carve for a couple days before Chuck told me Ron is not in charge. I was like, man, why is he so vehement? So anyway,
Rise Up would be a very different place if I was in charge.
It would be a very different place if you weren't here. That's for sure.
That's true.
I carved a little pocket El Camino. And Ron instructed me that 3 tines is the right amount of tines. He said, if you put any number of tines other than 3 on it, I won't correct you publicly, but you will go on my list, is what Ron said.
3 shall be the number of the tines, and the number of the tines shall be 3.
So
yes, I made it on his list. I made it.
So I thought a little pocket El Camino would be perfect, because to me, this seemed like a super useful tool to have in a lunchbox or a picnic or a pocket. It's carved from maple that was really green, and I'm really nervous about how thin to make the tines because I feel like they have to be a certain thinness to be pointy to be useful. So I think I'm going to creep up on that a little bit and do some testing. And like everyone, I didn't really know what shape to make the middle part because when is it the handle of the one thing and when is it the edge of the other, so that was weird. And then the other one that I carved is it was a bit more of a project, but it was a very familiar shape. So this one only has 2 tines on this end.
Oh, you're in his list now.
Yep. So this I thought could be useful for holding down your meat while you slice it or something. I don't know. And then
love it.
And then this end is a normal spoon.
I love it.
Will that fit in your holster, Kevin?
It does. It fits great in my holster. Check it out. So what I figured I would do is I would put it prongs down for safety. And then since the top of it curves away, the point doesn't dig into my hip. It's great.
There you go.
It's
perfect.
Fantastic. I had to consult with Sean about, oh God, Sean's last name eludes me. Sean Miller, about which end got to be bark down, because you know Sean hates bark down spoons. And I think we collectively decided that this end needed to be bark up so that the tines would be stronger. So
Nice.
form before function. But I actually really like this thing. I'm really happy with it. I think it looks really cool.
Really nice.
cool.
Yeah, it really
It really
a
is pretty
challenge.
nice.
It was really a challenge to keep everything in mind the whole time, right? Because as you're carving the handle of one, you're used
Yeah.
to doing big power strokes. But if you do big power strokes, you ruin the
Yep.
bowl of the other.
Very cool.
And this is the first maple I've carved that has such strong heartwood.
Yeah.
But I think
Nice.
it turned out really cool.
Yeah.
So usually after I show my spoons, I like to say some really nice stuff about the person who supplied the template. But today that's Ron. So I don't know if you guys know this, but Ron has one persona on Rise Up, but then he has another completely different persona. And I carved a lot with Ron alone during the pandemic, and Ron told me that he was going to start sharing. He said, I don't like to share details of my life in big groups, but since we're one-on-one, I'll share details with you. And I thought, where's this going? And I was blown away by the grandioseness of Ron's past and the details he shared with me. You guys aren't going to believe these because we all think Ron is so kind of friendly and unassuming and humble. But anyway, I wrote some down. I can only read the clean ones. There's a lot of super, super dirty ones. So the first thing Ron said was, Kevin, I've spent years on Rise Up convincing everyone that I'm friendly, unassuming, and humble. That was the first one. Then he said, oh, this is one of my favorites. He said, my yard is full of trees that I've hand carved from wood. That was one of the first things about Ron. He said he makes his own knives. They're 10 times better than Mora's, but he makes them look exactly like Mora's with people. He told me he was in a punk ska country infusion band in college called the Irrepressible Effervescence. That was his punk ska infusion band. He said, oh, this is a weird one. He said, I don't do push-ups. He said, I do earth downs. I don't know what he meant by that. He told me that when I started walking 8,800 steps a day, that he started to sprint 8,800 steps a day as a warm-up. And when I asked him why he sprints them, he said, oh, I sprint everywhere. So I guess he sprints.
Bing, 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 ricochet rabbit.
He told me he went to grade school on a breakdancing scholarship. And I don't know what that means. He said the city of Detroit tried to name a street after him once. They tried to name a street Ron Fricky, but he asked them not to. He said he begged them not to because he was worried about pedestrian safety because no one crosses Ron Fricky and lives. That's what he said. He bragged that he once ate a 72-ounce ribeye in 10 minutes. And it only took, and the only reason it took him that long is because it took him 8 minutes to carve the spork. Then he said that he recently published a #1 best-selling autobiographical book of spork haikus, but that it's only available in South America. He said it's called Carving Sporks with Ron, the tale of a great hero who challenged the world. That's nice. That's the title of the book. And then he said, mark my words, Kevin, one day I'm going to get everyone on Rise Up and Carve to carve an El Camino. We love you, Ron.
Thanks, Kevin.
Brilliant.
Thanks for everything, Ron. I'm glad I've got to share your true nature with everyone finally.
All of those facts are 100% true except for one, and I won't tell you which one.
Brilliant. All right. Who would like to go next? All right, Suzanne, and then Morgan.
Hi. So
hello, Suzanne.
as you all know, wait, how do I make this work? Sorry. As you all know, Ron and I are besties, and we actually initially bonded over the world's hate of sporks. And I'm quite indifferent to them, but since everybody hates them and Ron loves them, and I have a heart for underdogs, I said, fuck it, I'm Team Spork from now on, and that's how we became best friends.
Nice.
So here's my El Camino, the first one I made.
Ooh, nice.
So it has a little
Team Spork
something in the middle. I don't know.
You got the number of tines wrong, though.
Yeah, I only heard
Ron's
today,
list now.
but this is tradition now, huh? That I on show and tell day I realize what I did wrong, right? It happens so many times now.
Whatever Suzanne does is right. Whatever Kevin says is wrong. So
there we go.
Thanks, Bestie. Yeah, so I don't know where the red bubble came from, but it's kind of fun. I think
I like
it looks like it was stuck together, but it's actually one piece of wood. So
Yeah, it works.
and then I made another one in cherry.
Ah, there you go.
Some nice grain was hidden in there. There's also like a lighter streak. I don't know if you can see it here.
Yeah.
So it looks
Very
like
nice.
something dribbled down there. And this one has the exact number of tines. So there's
I
at
still
least
think a
that.
3-tined one makes it look like it's giving you the finger, which is probably why Ron insists on it being 3 times.
you know me too well, Chuck.
Yeah, sadly, I couldn't come up with anything funny this past month. I'm sorry. Maybe
Oh,
maybe I will still. This is all I have.
great job. Fantastic, Suze. Good seeing you. By the way, when I'm on my way to Israel in 2 weeks, I'll be there in Switzerland, but only for about an hour and a half in Zurich Airport. Yeah. So if you have a day free and you want to come to the airport, of course, I would have to come out of the airport, which I don't think they would let me do. And they wouldn't let you in. Never mind.
Yeah.
We'll wave at each other. All right. I'm sorry. Morgan, you're next.
Hey everyone. This was a fun one. I actually had my first car was a Chevy Impala, like a 65. So it was pretty similar to the El Camino, except it didn't have like the truck bed. So I was pretty familiar with like the form of the car. So I tried to like do some of the some like more I'm not even showing the spin, but this is the El Camino here. I don't know if it'll focus or not.
Nice.
Maybe not. But I tried to
that's
include some
nice.
stuff, sort of like the headlights. You know how they come down and the headlights, they have these little marks here, and just little facets and
Nice.
things that reminded me of the car I used to have. But yeah, it was an interesting form to do like a double crank on something in opposite directions. I've never had to do that before.
Right.
So, it was fun just to kind of make it happen.
Very
this
elegant,
is popular.
very
But I
elegant.
I
haven't.
was gonna say yours is kind of an elegant version of it.
Yeah, I
Nice
kind of
little
went. Well, it was
squishy.
like a homage to my old car, I guess. That was
It's
the
very
most
cool.
impractical vehicle I've ever had. It got like 6 miles to the gallon. I would be poor now if I still had it. So,
Actually,
but yeah.
my first car was a 76 Impala. So
Oh yeah.
And mine
yeah.
and mine was a Chrysler Town and Country station wagon, 444 barrel. You'd watch the gas meter drop.
Yeah. I think I probably mine was a 396 like big block. I think I got maybe like 6 or 7 miles to gallon.
Yep.
At that time I didn't worry so much, but now I definitely would not.
Well, I did because I
like
got
that,
it
but
during the gas crisis of 1973.
that's
which
not a great
sucked.
time.
Yeah. So I was very annoyed that I was getting how many gallons to the mile. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, I haven't put any finish on it yet. It's just poplar. I
Very
kind of waited
nice.
till the last minute. I wasn't sure if I was gonna to do it or not. So
It looks
that's why
great.
that's why I chose Poplar, because it's like so easy to carve
Yeah.
and it's still hard enough to hold a good spoon. So yeah.
Yep. Very nice. Excellent job. I don't know
Thank
if we
you.
have we crossed paths before? I don't remember. I've got a horrible memory. Where are you from?
I'm from Atlanta,
Okay.
Georgia. But I've been on here a couple times.
Okay. All right. I'm again horrible memory and I'm on so infrequently. I can't remember who I've seen before and who I haven't. Great
I usually
job.
sit on my porch, so I think that's why it seems different.
Ah,
There we go. All right. Who would like to go next? I think okay, Piotr, let me get you spotlighted.
El Camino. I just love the name and the craziness of it. So when I saw a template, my head exploded in a positive way. And I saw two opposite entities, so different and connected together, that live in perfect unity. So
Ebony and Ivory, man.
removed all the layers and I went deep to the essence of El Camino. So this is yin yang El Camino.
That is awesome.
And
it's the yin and yang.
That's what I love about these challenges. I mean, sometimes we just get carried away completely.
That's brilliant.
So
it might be a little tough to eat out of it, though.
I was gonna say I'd like to see you drink some soup with that one.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, actually.
Beats mine for non-functionality.
Right?
That's fantastic. That is absolutely.
That is so cool.
So the hardest part was, and it took me a couple of days, even when I was working, I was sketching how to design it, because I saw this yin yang concept.
Yeah.
So this was the hardest, and I used black walnut. I saved tiny piece. The problem was it was not really green. It was lying outside somewhere.
Wow.
But I just kept and saved from fireplace. And so again, this was, yeah, thank you, Ron. It's for, pushing our imaginations to the limit.
Thank you for coming up with something so creative. That's awesome. And I'm really sorry to everybody I didn't get to see, but I do have to go. Our washing machine broke this week and we've got to go get a new one. So
oh no.
Sorry for the people that I missed, but thank you for everybody who was able to participate. And I will see you guys later on. Have a great day.
Bye,
Take
Ron.
care,
We love
Ron.
you.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you.
I didn't
Thanks,
carve one. I just
Ron.
came on for moral support.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.
Have a good one, Ron.
Well, Piotr, that's amazing. That takes it way over the top. So well done, you. That's really impressive. Awesome job. All right. Is there anybody here who has? I think we've gotten through everybody. Oh no, I'm sorry, David. We didn't get. Did you have one?
Can you throw me down my sandwich?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Yeah, this is the first time I really gotten onto the site. I didn't know until listening to you now that sporks were so hated. Probably because I haven't been carving much. I only started this year. Well, about a little more than a year ago. I did several of them and I realized I had issues. I have issues with crank anyway, but this is my final one, which I think is a little bit better than the first ones that I started with. I just like the wood.
Very nice.
I find I'm having a lot of issues with, tearing at grain when I get to the transition points.
Yeah.
But at least I felt like I got the tines right.
Yeah, you
Maybe
totally did.
Ron will be happy I have the right number of tines.
Yeah, that's right. You nailed it. It looks great.
Well, thanks. It's an addictive hobby, I think.
Oh, it totally is. You've slipped. You're on the slippery slope, my friend, and there's no going back up.
Yeah, I realized that. My wife got me a carving set a year ago Christmas, and I think it's because she knew I would be retiring last June, and I think she was concerned that I was going to interfere with her daily routines. So she doesn't complain when I get wood chips all over the house.
It's smart that you're starting after retirement, because if you start before retirement, you spend all your retirement money on tools.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm trying to avoid that trap. I struggle with issues
Yeah.
like sharpening, especially the hook knives, but
I'm mostly kidding, but it's cool you found Rise Up. How'd you find Rise Up?
I happen to get, I think I first saw it in a book I bought from Emily Rigby. And she had it, I happened to page through to the back and she had it listed there.
Really?
All right. All right, Emily.
I've tried to get on a couple of times. It seems like when I get on, people aren't really on. And once or twice, I thought there was something wrong that I was doing, but I hit it.
No, it's
a couple of
just
times I realized
sporadic.
people use it.
Yeah, it's like a workshop with an open door. Sometimes it's empty. There's no one there.
Yeah. Well,
is that her beginning carving book, Emily's?
It is, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, it's
Wow, that's awesome. I did not know she referenced us in there. That's great.
David, if you're on Instagram, connect with me and I can help you find times when I know that there's people on.
Okay, I will. All right.
All right.
But this has been great. Thank you.
Are you an astronomer, Dave? I saw your hat.
Oh no, we
yeah.
we were fortunate to get up to Mount Washington, and we were able to take a tour of the weather station up there. Which, if you're ever in the area, you get a chance to do that. It's phenomenal. Someone that goes out at night, well, all hours, they have to go out to break the ice off the masts that are up there, and they climb without any kind of tether. My wife said to the young kid, "Does your mother know you do this?" And he said, "Well, you know, the tether would be more dangerous with the wind whipping it around, but it's something. If you ever get a chance to tour Mount Washington, to go up there, it's, I think, well, any mountain of elevation, I guess it's very astounding." So
Where are you from, David?
I'm in Rhode Island. So I don't have a local carving group that I found yet. You know, I'd really like to be carving in the room with someone. I'm left-handed, and I find when I do the backside, I tend to like chip out the bowl when I'm trying to clear the bowl. And of course,
If you'll, there's a carving group in Massachusetts, in Western Massachusetts. So I don't know how far of a drive that would be for you, but I've gone up and it's like a 2-hour drive for me. That is starting to meet once a month. So if you're looking, that would be a great group to kind of hook up with. And there's definitely carvers in like Eastern Mass. So if you IM me, my Instagram handle is showing on my display name.
Okay.
If you get on Instagram, I don't know if you do Instagram, but if you do get on Instagram, DM me and I can send you information.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Kate, great to see you here. Did you have something carved? You said no, right? You were just here for moral support, or do you have something?
No, I'm just here for moral support. I've been super busy, but I set my alarm. I was half an hour late because I'm just tired and it's early.
No worries, no worries. All right, so you missed, you missed my performance of all your favorite spoons.
I did. I'll see it when I edit the video.
Sounds good. I did a takeoff of the Dawes tune.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
All right, let me share my screen and we can take a look through whatever I can see on Instagram. I think we've gotten through everybody, so I think we're good to do this. Let me know when you guys can see my screen.
Yeah, there's some really good ones, and it got a lot of attention this time.
Yeah, it really did. You guys able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So here's some of Sunny's.
Nice. Real nice.
It's funny, when I first saw this, I thought it was hinged or something, and then I realized he's holding it with the tongs. 49 versus 50.
Yeah, I don't know Iberian woodcrafts. That's cool.
Isn't that neat?
One of Ron's.
Yep, in progress. Newsflash, El Camino on the Google homepage. Look at that. That's too funny. They're just lying. They're just lying end to end. That's hilarious. Jeff Fry.
Yeah, Jeff always does very clever things. Look at that.
Yeah.
Great.
Very cool. Love the asymmetrical shape on the spoon bowl like that. That's cool. Nice. Love that. That's awesome. John, that was fantastic idea of putting in the El Camino on the handle there. Love it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
More in progress. Nice. Sue's, yeah. Really pretty. I like the ball. Yeah, I love the red ball in the middle.
Yeah, the finial in the middle is a cool idea.
I like that. There it is. Is it a small El Camino, just a Plymouth Scamp? Maybe it's a Subaru Brat. Maybe I think too much. Very nice. Very nice. Love it. Wow. Great job, David. Lots of them. There we go, Andreas. Love that. That just looks so cool.
Yeah, it really does.
That's a really gorgeous wood. Great shots too. Really beautifully photographed. Nice. You make a great hand model, Suze.
Thanks. I try to take care of my nails when I do these.
I've noticed that too.
Very nice.
I've definitely taken pictures, stopped, trimmed and cleaned my nails and taken another picture.
I just leave my nails ragged from where I chewed them off and chewed on the cuticles. Looks horrible. First El Camino in Aspen. Nice. Another one with lots of tines. 6 tines. Yikes.
Yeah, that one's cool too.
That one's really cool. It really looks great.
Looks like kind of like a Wolverine hand, or what I imagine
Yeah.
a Wolverine hand looks like. I don't really know what.
Neil was here, but I think he
Yeah,
left.
he was. Yeah, I think he's probably already signed off. It's pretty late there, I think.
Yeah.
Rachel. Oh, we were missing Rachel today. We don't see Rachel very much on here.
Yeah, I don't think her weekend schedule allows for the
Yeah, the show and
show
tell.
and tells.
That's too bad.
Look at that, isn't it lovely?
It is really nice.
I like how she
would-
made the spoon and like that's not what her typical spoons look like. So she made the spoon end look like it's like modular.
Yeah. I love the detail of the little scalloping
Yeah.
out behind. That's incredible.
I noticed that too. It's crazy.
Really nice.
And I'll bet she was mad she had a knot right in the middle of the handle. See that?
I kind of like it actually.
I like it too. Yeah.
Wow, that's really impressive. And she said she bent these tines, right? Yeah, microwaved it for 10 seconds to enable the straightest of grain in the tines. I left too much of the thickness of a thickness transition.
this post made me laugh out loud because she posts 5 things that she learned that are like really insightful and smart and clever. And then she said, "Thanks, Ron. I've learned a lot that I will probably never use." I think we lost Chuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
We lost Chuck there.
Did you lose me?
We lost you for a minute, but I took over for a second, Chuck, and I was really charming and witty.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It
Thank you.
worked out.
It worked out.
Nice. Awesome. All right. I think that, do I still have more? Very nice. Who is Mrs. Nessie?
She's Liz. She's got a caravan just down the road from me, and she lives just in sort of across the water.
Oh, nice.
She sometimes comes to find stirrers.
Okay. Awesome. Nice. Love it. There we go. More Neil. Colin. Very nice. This fork on this one looks great. Really nice. Wow, great job on the tines. Ooh, I like that. Same side, but with a double curve there, like a recurve. Very cool. Mr. Glendinning. Beautiful. This chip carving is just incredible.
It really is.
Nice.
He's got a really recognizable style. Like,
right?
You would know an Ian spoon anywhere.
Absolutely. Oh, no Jody today. We're missing Jody. Beautiful.
Where's the commitment?
Right? Beautiful spoon, though. She did a great job with this. What kind of wood does she say? What kind of wood it is? Where am I? I don't see it.
No, but it is a weird wood. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like really spalty beech or something.
Maybe. Really pretty. That's just incredible.
So cool.
Brilliant idea. Absolutely brilliant.
The fork end of that looks a little like the Rebel Alliance logo.
Whoops, wait. Sorry. Let me go back. Oh, yeah. Right you are.
I feel like Ron would appreciate that.
Absolutely, yeah. Good thought. I didn't even pick up on that. Great catch. And there's Neil's other one. That's really pretty wood. Whoops. And then that's the announcement or the reminder. Doc, nice. Very nice. Where's all of our West Coasters been lately? I haven't seen like Kalen or
Yeah, it takes a lot. I don't know
any
that
of those folks.
I don't know that I'd ever make a reveal if it was 5 in the morning for me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think Kaylin's been going out. She's in Hawaii or something.
Oh yeah, she's traveling to Hawaii. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And that's
I would
Jeff.
almost, I would be more likely to make it at 2 in the morning by staying up.
Mm,
That's a good looking one. Look at that.
yeah. Wow. Super thin on the handle.
People had a lot more guts to make the tines thin than I had.
And I think that's the last one that I've got on here. Yeah, that was the last one. I want to go to Oren's though. He's got a nice in his, yeah, this. Really nice.
I like how he says most of them are normal spoons, not like this on the Rise Up challenges.
I loved how Rod caught on to the fact that so many people were saying, this is something I might actually use. Very cool.
I like how he was cutting between the tines and what a challenge that is to
right
shape them.
I like the short but stiff blade.
Yeah, that's fun.
Very cool. Awesome. All right. Well, that is pretty much it, folks. So thanks everybody for turning out. And as I said, make sure you get up on riseupandcarve.com on the challenge page. We've got RUAC Spoon Challenge number 51 template by our own Marla. It's a beautiful teaspoon. Have fun with it. There's a nice handle on it. So you've got a lot of space there. You can do some really cool decorative work, some really cool finial work with it. So enjoy. And thank you everybody for turning out. And we'll catch you next time. I'm going to stop recording